exactly what I said I want in my woman. This is my elder brother's wife, pregnant. You see?
Oh my God.
My elder brother's wife. This is exactly why we don't want to marry you. You can see this woman is clearly pregnant. Not 1 month, not 2 months, not 3, 6 months, maybe 7. When she should be in bed resting. Because she's carrying your kid that you put in her. These African men, they don't want wife. They want a slave. They want a maid. They want object. They want to be able to dispose of you the way they want. And you have the so-called husband. He doesn't even acknowledge the wife to say, thank you. No. He's on his phone while she's bending. And when she stood up, you can see that she's putting her hand on her back because she's suffering. When you reach this level of pregnancy, even to sleep is hard. So even to sit down, you have to do this because if your sofa is too low, she bring the food and you want her to go on her knee to serve you. And the husband doesn't even look at her. Not even thank you. My African sister. My heart aches for you. When you see this video, you know she is not happy. You don't even need more. You see, she's not happy, but she's married. And the one who is recording is proud. I don't know who he's talking to. Maybe he's talking to his potential wife. The only way this wife is, she's in Africa because she cannot be in Europe. Because you cannot expect this here, my dear. So if you send this video, send it to the one who, the country code is 234. I don't know if it's Nigeria. Because it can't be +44. It can't be +336 France. It can't be a number who is in the US. We don't want to put up with you anymore. Because you have a rubbish husband. You don't want wife. You don't want a partner. You want a slave. And you want to make sure that you're using this slave, even if it means she has to die before you. And then you're going to replace her by another slave. This is not marriage. This is walking to your grave. That's it.
Not so long ago, I even watched a Nigerian movie where this man literally blamed his wife who wanted to advance her career. Since he wanted a woman who can stay at home and obey him, go ahead and violate the younger sister, and talk about how his needs are not met. So because I make you angry, I must go out and unalive someone. That's what you're telling me. And your justification for unaliving someone there is because I made you angry? You call yourself a head, but you don't even have this thing. You ask women, why aren't we marrying? Why would I marry a literal prison? Why would I marry you to sentence me to objection? You cannot fight your fellow man. You are suffering. the things inside of you. And for that, I must suffer with you. And I must look to be married by you. Hell no. It's not going to happen. Sorry. It's not going to happen. I'm so sorry. I feel like men need to be taught a lesson. Literally. Because give me a reason why you would make your pregnant wife go on her knees to save you. What are you? And I'm thinking that you have beaten submission into her. You have reduced her that other men would not even look at her but you. You have made her and conditioned her to believe that you are the savior. By the way, it even comes from religious beliefs, Christianity in itself, that you act the way that you act. Isn't it? Why would you do such a thing to a woman who's carrying your child? She's on her back. It shows that she's tired. She's going the extra mile to even save you. You're looking into phone, possibly chatting to another woman. Your other mistresses. You're making this one suffer to go on her knees, the one that's carrying your child. It can never be my life. She's suffering. She doesn't even have to tell me. I can see it with my own eyes. Even if she told me she's the happiest woman on the planet, like that. You want a maid, you want a cook, you want a cleaner, you want someone to present herself. Even that movie that I watched, he was like, you don't cook, you don't clean. You know the type of woman you married. You know the type of woman you married. You know she's not a cooker, she's not a cleaner, she's career driven. Why do you want to reduce her to that level? And on top of that, all you do as the head is complain and ridiculize her in front of the children, but you call yourself the head. Your actions that you do, I couldn't even finish that movie because in one hand the elders were there supporting nonsense. When he said, oh well, she does not serve me, 3 months since I touched her. And I look at this man, a grown man with white hair, sympathizing with a rapist. There's nothing you can tell me. Everything that she could have possibly, you could not even go and look for a woman and be with a woman. But no, you had to violate this one, the younger sister. Only because when you sing you were intoxicated and you never drink. And everything you have done, you don't even take ownership. It is somebody else. Just like your religion. I could not watch that nonsense. I was pissed throughout the movie. Everyone, from the father to everyone were just nonsense to me. I don't know who wrote that script. I could not even finish that movie because watching that movie, in fact, watching that video reminds me as I'm watching this nonsense also. Because what are we doing? We cannot go and fight the imperialists into our African countries. We would rather subjugate women to zero because in our eyes, they are the weakest. Women and children. Because why else would you do that? I feel pity for the child that's going to be born into that house. That is why I'm not providing a lineage to anyone. I'm sorry. I can't. And please, make no mistake that don't ever think that white men are better. They're not. They're just as worse. Mixing that with racial differences is just as worse. There's no better man because of their race. None whatsoever. So never make that mistake of thinking because he's an African, white men don't do that. They do. They do even worse. They did worse, triple that to our ancestors. And they still continue to do that. So make that no mistake.